So, for those of you who don't know, for the very few of you who don't know, Spider-Man 2 is coming out. It was featured on the latest PlayStation Showcase, and a lot of people are raving about it. I heard a lot of complaints about like people being like, "Oh, it's the same map. It's the same map with like just a different, like very select slots, like queens being added to it," and I think that fucking complaint is stupid. It's Spider-Man. It takes place in New York. He is a New York guy. Like, shit. I don't really think I had to explain it that much, outside of the fact that it's fucking stupid to complain about it. They really enjoyed this kind of swerve that this clip was setting us up for. Like, they thought it was going to be like a modern day version of Craven, which wasn't going to be like a faithful to the original source material. And I can kind of see that. Like, this guy kind of looks Craven-esque. He has the animal print right here. He has, like, the bone necklace. It feels like a swerve, but then you got Craven right here. It looks badass. Like, I'm not the biggest Craven fan. I think he's, I think he gets overhyped sometimes, but I'm excited to see what they do with him this time. I do have the feeling that Kraven is going to be played more as a secondary villain in this game, however. I feel like a lot of the Osborn stuff is going to play a big part of it in the background.
Light the fires. The great hunt begins.
Alright, so yeah, just to like repeat my points a bit, I feel like they're done kind of treat Kraven more as a secondary villain than like a main villain, because I have a feeling that they're gonna do like the whole Osborn Venom thing as mostly like the background. Well, no, that's gonna serve more of the final act than the Kraven stuff will. Like, he'll be like the Mr. Negative boss, and Venom will be the Doc Ock boss. If you get what I'm saying. Because that's kind of what happened with the first game. Like, they started out with like the demons and Mr. Negative, but then they added in the Sinister Six and like the escaped prisoners and like Silver Sable and all that. So I feel like this is gonna serve more as like the first act stuff, and the Venom stuff will serve as like the big plot points.
Missiles sighted in Queens. Closing in now.
Cover the door. The beast could be anywhere.
You have no idea.
I do kind of like how they're playing it with like he already knows how he already knows that it's kind of like a symbiote beforehand. One thing I have heard about this game too, in terms of complaints, is the suit, and we'll try to find like a better image of it, but I think it's not as bad as a lot of people say it is. There's definitely parts of it where it's kind of like I don't know, where I'm probably not as big as a fan of it as like some people are, but I feel like the fact that it's very faithful to the comics is a big plus for it. That shot right there is beautiful, like that few little kicks. I will say, let's go back to this. I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of like the hub here, with like especially these, with just like these two things right here, like the L1 right one thing. I don't know, but I think it's gonna be like a different way for them to kind of like use gadgets. I feel like, instead of going to the gadget menu the entire time. Alright, so like I said, I do see the people's complaints about the suit, First of all, I will say I do really like how it kind of forms over the armor look, but I feel like what people complain a lot is like these parts right here, like the parts on the neck, the parts on the arm, the parts on the side, where it's a little more veiny. I feel like the best word to describe it, and kind of like the head shape here. I don't know. I think when it comes to the head shape, that might be my biggest problem with it, but I'm kind of fine with these parts right here. It feels like these parts are more like armor for him. Also, the logo's great. The stripes on the wrist, the eyes are amazing. We'll get a better look at them later on, but I think they've really nailed it with the suit.
Miles, the hunters tracked Connors to the Harlem Fish Market.
Oh, also a Miles suit. We didn't get a great look at it.
Miles,
But the way that it's just like the red stripes down the arm, the way that like they took the original design and just like did more with it, made it even better. I also believe it's a bit of an updated Spider as well.
the hunters tracked Connors to the Harlem Fish Market.
Lizard. I'm on it. Sounds like Craven's checking off his
And you got the, that is amazing.
Guess we'll chat later?
I will say, I don't know how I feel much about the spider gliding, because it feels like,
You still got
I don't
that
know.
hunter drone you hijacked?
It's really tough hiding it from my mom, but yeah.
I wouldn't mind it as long as it's like a function of the game that it takes a while to master. Because like the whole part of like Spider-Man is that it's the web slinging. Like you want to have like the transversal in the game be really good. But since they already mastered it with the first one, there's not much I feel like they could do with it outside the spider glider, to be honest. Ooh.
Spread out.
Okay.
Find the lizard. Don't engage alone.
That's
Look at those
really
fish.
good.
It's been feeding.
Making your own little walkways.
So, how's the hunt going?
Watch out for his lapel!
Judging by the
I
way
do
Craven's
love
at
that.
it,
That looks
not
amazing.
well. Alright.
Where I feel like with the combat for that, just like that little showcase right there, I feel like you can really tell how much fun they had making this and how like how creative they wanted to get with this. Like he just did a full on Kamehameha on that girl. And God, I can't wait to play this. I don't know. I'm lost for words. Also, God, these like little areas here are just like so well detailed. So well rendered. Ooh. Oh no, look at, oh God, the water looks so bad, guys. Didn't you see there's like no splash? They should really force them to like crunch and stuff like that at Insomnia. I'm not sure if you guys heard about that whole thing on Twitter, where some guy was like just yelling about the water physics in this game or something like that. Something fucking stupid. That's the one thing I judge my Spider-Man games on, is how like good the water is.
That's it. Pete, alley-oop on 3.
Fine.
1, 2, 3. Alley!
He just completely like fucking throws his ass.
He got away from us.
It's good, Pete.
I think from like the side view of this like mask and face, it's not great, but as soon as we get it like right here, it looks amazing.
Let's go, man, before he gets too far.
No. He's mine.
You sure? He's got big teeth.
So do I.
Ooh, this part right here. This got everyone like excited. Just like the fact that you can already kind of tell it's coming into Venom. But like, yeah, here's a closer look. The eyes are kind of, you can kind of tell that it's a little bit more of an organic look, because like right here, it almost kind of looks like it blends into the rest of the mask. Like right here, and then you get this part. Oh.
He's mine.
You sure? It's got big teeth.
Yeah, but then you get to this part and it kind of becomes more rigid. You can still kind of tell in some parts it like almost blends into the entire suit.
So do I.
Also, from what a lot of people are saying, they're very much theorizing with like this little part right here where it like develops Peter's logo, and then a little shock, then right here it starts developing again, and then boom, gone. A lot of people are theorizing that that's gonna be like a little teaser from Insomniac that Miles is gonna help Peter become de-venomed. He's gonna help get rid of the symbiote suit. I'm very interested to see where this goes. The gameplay looks amazing as always. The first one was amazing too, and I feel like they just made it even better. And like I said, I just want this to be like available for pre-order. I want to see what kind of additions and offers they're making, because I will get whatever offers me like the most from this game. And not even in terms of like video game content. I'm talking like I want the figures. Alright, I want like a poster or something like that. I am excited. Insomniac did amazing with the first one. It turned out to be one of my favorite games of all time, and I cannot wait for this. So from what we heard from like interviews and stuff like that, is apparently there's going to be like a 3 skill tree type layout. There's going to be one for Peter, there's going to be one for Miles, and there's going to be a unified one between the both of them. Given how, who knows, maybe there is a Venom one, like a symbiote one, but so like I said before, Kraven the Hunter will be more of like the secondary character, and Venom is more than likely going to be the main bad guy we gotta face off at the end. I feel as though like the whole Venom powers, the stuff that we've seen before, I don't know if that's just going to be like a very limited moveset you can only use in that gameplay alone, or if you beat the entire game you do get to unlock it a little bit, because I don't know how we'll be able to have this entire playset with Venom's powers but not make it available at the end if the Venom symbiote is gone or is like locked in jail or something like that. I'm interested to see where this goes though. I'm really excited, and I just hope they have like a good collector's edition version of this, because I definitely want it.